Hello friends, in today's session we'll see what is resins. The names that we have seen, that is binder, film former, polymers or vehicle, these all are the terms that are used to represent somehow or in some way for the resins. These are the synonyms for the resins, we can say. Now let us discuss all these terms in detail. So basically resins are called as binder. Now why resins are called as binder? Because it binds the pigment material or coating to the substrates. That's why it is called as a binder. It forms the bond between your substrate and the coating. That's why it's called as a binder. Resins are also called as film former because for the any coating or any paint, when we are using it on a particular substrate, it must form a film over the entire substrate. This is the basic requirement for any material that can be used as a resin, that it must form a film. The material which does not form a film, we cannot use that material in coating preparation. That's why resin is called a film former, because it forms the film over the substrate. It is also called as a polymer because if you see the chemical structure of particular resin, they all are polymers. All are polymers. The polymers are, they are just prepared or manufactured by combining very small units, that is monomer. So all these monomers are connected in such a way that you will get a very long complex polymer. That polymer gives you a very strong film over the substrate. It is also called as a vehicle because it that particular resin is responsible to make that entire coating to flow. That's why it is called as a vehicle. So this is the meaning of all the terms, that is a binder, film former, polymer or vehicle. Now see the basic requirements of any resin. So the first requirement of any material that can be used as a resin is that it must form the film over the substrate. Must form the film. The material which unable to form a film, then that cannot be used in coating preparation, right? It must give the adhesion. This is the second very important requirement for any material that is used in surface coating, that it must give the adhesion. It must bind the coating to the substrate, not only for the initial period of time, but for the long period, 5 years or 10 years. That coating adhesion must be intact to the substrate against any severe condition of its exposure. It must give a excellent adhesion for the very long time. And the third requirement for the material that can be used as resin is it must wet the pigment particles. For the colored coatings, for any colored coatings, the material that is used to impart that color is pigment. So it is the responsibility of that resin to wet the pigment substrate. All the pigment particles are. Now let us see the classification of resins. Resins can be classified into number of ways, but here we can see that the classification that is based on either on origin of the resin, then the classification based on the chemical composition, and the classification of resin based on the drying behavior. These are the most commonly used classification for the resin. Let us see, on the basis of its origin, resins can be classified as a natural resins or synthetic resins. Based on chemical composition, it can be classified as 1K, that is K for components, one component systems, or 2K, that means two component systems, right? Or based on the drying behavior, resins can be classified as air drying resins or stoving resins. So this is the most commonly used type of resins or classification, most commonly used classification for the resin. We'll see all these types of resin in detail in slides to come. Now let us see what are natural resins. So natural resins are the resins those are obtained from the natural resources. So what are the natural resources? It may be a plant, it may be some plant extracts, it may be some seeds, their seed extracts, it may be from the animals. So such resources can be used from which some of the raw material, some of the materials can be extracted, and that can be used as a resin for the some special purposes. So these are the some examples of natural resins which are obtained from the natural resources. The first one is the oils. That means the vegetable oils I'm talking about. It includes, linseed oil, sunflower oils, soybean oils, coconut oil. So all these type of oils can be used as a resins. Then rosin. So again, this is a natural resin that is obtained from the pine tree. Then shellac, that is a product of life cycle of one of the insect, that is CNSL, that is a cashew nut shell liquid, that is during the extraction process of the cashew, that cashew nut shell liquid is obtained from the shell of that particular cashew. Then the bitumen, so the naturally obtained bitumens are there, so that can be used for the coating purpose as a resin. Now synthetic resins. So synthetic resins are man-made resins. So these resins are prepared or manufactured in industry with keeping some properties in mind, right? So their properties may get varied depending on the which type of raw material is used. So there are the synthetic resins includes alkyd resin, polyester resins, amino resins, phenolic resins, acrylic resins, epoxy resins, polyurethane resins, polyamide, silicone, NC for nitrocellulose, CR for chlorinated rubber. So these are the basic type of commonly used synthetic resins I have just mentioned here. There are again subtypes. Alkyd resin again it has its own classification, polyester having its own classification, acrylic having its own classification. So this is a basic group of synthetic resin. This can further classified into the in detail. So this chemistry, raw materials, all will be explained in the slides to come, in the lectures to come, right? So these are the properties of resin. So these are the properties of the resin that imparts to the coating, right? When you use resin into the coating, it gives adhesion to the coating. It that coating gets adhere, or that coating gets stick to the substrate, so it gives adhesion. It wets the pigment surface. So this is again very beautiful property of resin, because pigment particles are powdery in form. They are powder particles, and the resin has a role to wet the entire surface of the pigment and hold that pigment particle to the substrate for the long time. It gives some mechanical properties to the metal or to the substrate, that is the flexibility and hardness. Performance properties include the corrosion resistance, chemical resistance, solvent resistance, lubricant oil. So there are so many performance properties are there. Then aesthetic properties. Aesthetic properties include color, gloss, shine, DOI, that is the distinctness of image. So these are the some properties of resin that imparts to the coating, right? So this is all about the introductory part of resins. In coming slides, we'll see in detail about the all type of resin that we have seen. Thank you.